Good morning. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And here's Brennan with the announcements.
Happy Halloween, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 31st, and it's a white day. Student government meets today right after school in floor basement. Please see Mr. Ryan with any questions. Attention international students. Any student wanting to take the December 7th TOEFL must register by next Thursday, November 8th. See Mrs. McCaffrey in Colby 106 to register. Juniors and seniors. Sterling College is on campus today for a visit. Please see Naviance or Mrs. Lavani's for details and to register. Be sure to check in with your teacher before attending. The DAR Good Citizens Award and Scholarship Contest is intended to encourage and reward the qualities of good citizenship. This award recognizes and rewards individuals with good citizenship qualities on dependability, service, leadership, and patriotism in their homes, schools, and communities. These students are selected by their teachers and peers because they demonstrate these qualities to an outstanding degree. Please give a round of applause to this year's nominee, R11. Ari, please be sure to stop by the guidance office today. As part of our capstone project, Anna Goodwin is asking for your help with bringing in clean, dry, plastic grocery bags. There will be collection boxes outside of Streeter 263 and in Colby Hall by the main office until November 22nd. Thank you for your help. Attention bowlers, bowling season is almost here. If you are interested in joining the bowling team as your winter sport, then you are invited to come to Gold Crown Lanes on Wednesday, the 6th of November, between 3:30 and 4:30 p.m. After a brief introduction to the bowling season and team expectations, you will be able to roll a couple of games. Please see Mr. Weiss in Colby 209 if you have any questions. Please help support the Paul Sweeney Memorial Coat Drive. Donate your gently used or new coats to Tinker before November 13th. Free coats will be available at Good Shepherd Catholic School at 121 Maple Street on November 16th from 9 a.m. to noon. Don't forget, the Southeast Asia trip now has a reduced price of $3,750 per person. Join Dr. Seyrath and Chef B on this journey of a lifetime to support children in remote villages in northern Laos. If interested, see Dr. Seyrath or Chef B today. Student Life has hidden Halloween-themed rubber ducks around campus and academic buildings. If you happen to find one, you can return it to Student Life for a Halloween treat bag. Good luck. Happy birthday today to Jeffrey Call and Rosa Patuan. Happy birthday. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Brennan. I have a few late announcements. Girls soccer lost to South Burlington yesterday 2-1 in overtime. An incredible game. The Academy goal was scored by Kyra Nelson with an assist from Ellie Reed. Thank you so much for your support this season and coming out to cheer on the team. It made a huge difference. Good season, good job, girls soccer. Now, congratulations to the new slate of senior class officers. Secretary Adeline Hetzelt, Vice President R11, and President Kaya Kendall. Congratulations. So the position of class treasurer goes to a runoff between Kevin Zhang and Sashka Siva. Thank you to all the candidates for running and for their continued work on behalf of the class of 2025. Seniors, check your email after chapel for the class treasurer runoff ballot. Voting ends at 3 today. Congratulations to the newest class officers for the junior class. Treasurer Jada Wood, Secretary Aaliyah Hale, Vice President Isaac Lanzini, and President A.J. Deem. And congratulations to the newly elected sophomore class officers, Treasurer Matthias Leaf, Secretary Ailey Stratton, Vice President Joel Thornton Sherman, and President John Thornton Sherman. So many thanks to all of the 2027 candidates for running and for your continued leadership and awesomeness. So happy Halloween, everybody. We have 2 visitors today. I'd like to bring them up first, and then I'll say a few words about our theme for the month of November, which is, unsurprisingly, in a month that contains Thanksgiving, gratitude. So first, I'm delighted to ask Victoria and Paula from our Student Diversity Council to talk about celebrating Dia de los Muertos. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And I'm Paula.
We're from Mexico.
The Day of the Dead, or as we call it, Dia de Muertos, celebrates the lives of the ones that aren't with us anymore. As part of this celebration, we honor our ancestors by remembering them with happiness instead of sadness, learning about their achievements and what turns them into who they are.
The ofrendas are meant to be filled with things that remind us of our person, items that they simply used to like. For example, I have included a picture of my great-grandmother and a package of her favorite cookies. The Student Diversity Council has set up an ofrenda in the library. If you would like to be part of our tradition, you are welcome to leave a picture of your person or an element that this individual used to like in the library's front desk so we can include it. Our ofrenda will be on display through the end of the next week. That's all.
Thank you, guys. I have a feeling there will be some dancing as well. So next, please welcome back Social Studies Department Chair, Quizmaster, Cowbell Maestro, and Grateful Dead fan, Mr. Eckhart, to offer the final talk in our fall election series.
Good morning. Beautiful foggy morning. Sorry, I meant to say beautiful. I love Halloween, and I want to tell you a couple of jokes first. They've not been approved by Mr. Camellia, but here we go. How do you know if a mummy is sick? He can't stop coughing. All right. How does a ghost cow laugh? Moo, ha, ha. And finally, why are vampires easily fooled? Because they're suckers. All right. So I love Halloween. I grew up in a really small town in southern Vermont called Landgrove. 120 people there, dirt roads, not even a post office, no stores. Incredible. And on Halloween, we would all get dressed up and go around to different houses, and you would actually go into people's houses and sit and chat with them for a few minutes, and they gave out full-size candy bars. And then at the end of the night, we would all get together at the town hall and bob for apples. Don't ever try it, it's disgusting and gross, but you can ask some older people about it. We used to eat donuts off of strings, and that's a fun thing that we still do during dorm nights at times, but it was just a really fun event, and everyone kind of pitched in and got involved in it. It was a real showpiece of community, and it was really kind of fantastic. And I would love to keep talking about Halloween and my experiences and my favorite costumes like we shared with the seniors yesterday. And I'm going to talk to my classes about the history of the jack-o'-lantern, which is a really kind of cool cultural piece. But instead, I'm going to talk about something really, really scary. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm here to talk about the elections. So first I want to say, I've heard some talk from students and people around saying one vote doesn't really matter. And I want to dispute that because I think one vote does matter. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples where one vote has certainly mattered. And I'm going to use my menu helpers for this one. In 1994, Republican Randall Luth and Independent Larry Cowell tied for a seat in the Wyoming House of Representatives from the Jackson Hole area with 1,941 votes each. A recount produced the same result. Mr. Luthi was declared the winner when in a drawing before the state canvassing board, a ping pong ball bearing his name was pulled from the cowboy hat of the Democratic Governor Mike Sullivan. So there's an example where a ping pong ball vote actually decided it. In 2000, as many of your teachers will remember, George Bush won the election for president by a margin of 537 votes in Florida, which gave him the electoral votes from Florida. Again, that's in a national election where millions of people are voting. That's incredible. 2008 in Stockton, California, the Unified School Trustee area was won by 1 vote. Jose Morales received 2,302 votes, while Anthony Silva received 2,301 votes. Right, and these are in California, but that's about the size of our town here. And I want to, of course, talk about Vermont a little bit. So in 2010, after a recount and an appeal, officials ruled that Sarah Buxton beat incumbent David Ainsworth by 1 vote. This is down near Worcester, Vermont. And then in a 4th matchup between the two was decided by a single vote, but then this time Ainsworth won. So there's an example in Vermont. The Vermont Democratic primary in 2016, so pretty recent, was determined by a vote cast for Francis Brooks, not Ashley Hill. So again, 1 vote. So I think that we can look at lots of examples. If you go to Wikipedia, there are pages upon pages of 1-vote elections. So your vote does matter. Please, if you're able to vote and eligible to vote, get out there. Seniors, we have a shuttle bus running for you. It's going to meet right out here. On a more serious note, I get that the election can be kind of scary. We don't know the outcome of it. American politics right now are really divisive. People are really divided. But the election is coming up, and I really think whether you're pro-Trump or pro-Harris, they really don't have that tremendous impact on our lives. So if you're worried about the outcome of this, I get it, but there's other things that you could be thinking about in terms of the government and the power in your life. For example, 1/3 of all the senators are up for re-election on a national basis, right? Even Bernie Sanders is up for re-election. All 435 members of the House of Representatives up for re-election every 2 years, including our Vermont's Becca Ballant. So that's at a federal level. As I talked about earlier, we're lucky that we have a federal system because we have a national government, but we also have state government, right? And I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I brought my ballot in. So here is my ballot. The first thing you should notice about it is that you have about 6 or 7 choices for president. You have 5 choices for U.S. Senator, 3 choices for representative, and then it breaks down to other things that I think are probably more important to our lives as people who live in Vermont. So we have governor, lieutenant governor, state treasurer, secretary of state, auditor of accounts, attorney general, state senators, state representatives, the high bailiff. And on the back of my ballot, I get to vote for the justices of the peace in Montpelier. Right? So these people have a tremendous impact on our lives. And so we should think about that, think about our local politics and our local elections. And then I want to go back to what I said at the beginning about community. We've talked an awful lot about community. The outpouring yesterday for the girls' soccer game was a great example of our community. I asked you to think about what some people in the social studies teachers, and thank my colleagues for what their work, but think about what they've said as well about the election, whether it's the Electoral College or conspiracy theories or pride in an American or that the government works for you. Think back to what they have said. And I think the key piece, regardless of what happens on Tuesday, and we probably won't know the result for a week or so anyway, is that we need to continue to talk with each other and talk to each other. And that's the power of community. So thank you very much for your time this morning. Have a very happy Halloween, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eckhart. And let's give a round of applause for the social studies teachers who did this speaker series. Thank you so much. So our theme for the month of November, which begins tomorrow, is gratitude. It makes sense for Thanksgiving, of course, but it also makes sense in an election year like this one, and because this is also the month when we honor our veterans, the Americans who throughout history have laid down their lives for the country, their country. Next week's election will probably show us a version of that country that looks very different from the world we encounter every morning at St. Johnsbury Academy, as Mr. Eckhart just suggested. And for that, I am deeply grateful. It'd be remiss of me not to say that you, as someone who cares about the state of the world that we're trying to prepare for, I'm truly sorry that this is the state of things in America. We are certainly of that world, all of us. But I'm here to say that if you are here this morning in this room with these people, you have something profound and immense to be grateful for. And I think Mr. Eckhart just reminded you of what that is. The most important thing that we have as a school community is ourselves. We are all it. We are the ones making music. Can we give it up for Mr. Rowe and all of the musicians yesterday at the concert? They were incredible. We are the ones dancing and debating and teaching and coaching and directing and conducting and being taught and coached and directed and conducted and led joyfully, winning championships, reciting poems, and watching and cheering for and appreciating one another. Our school community here is very diverse, not just in our backgrounds and our experiences and the languages we speak, but in what we believe and how we feel and how what we're most concerned with every day. That diversity is to be treasured, and it also requires effort if it's not to become divergence or division. So we treat each other as we wish to be treated. That's the effort. Don't assume anything about each other, or we assume the best of each other. We remember how fortunate we are just to be here together, looking out for one another, knowing and being known. We know we're strongest when we love those most who need it most, and we are at our best when we use that strength to face the world and make it better. So as you continue to take those deep breaths, please do that. Be grateful that we're in this community, in your community, where these things are true, and where we want more than anything for you to breathe easy. Thank you. Faculty, have a good day. That was cute. I'm glad people like Halloween.
He told me to do a maniacal laugh off stage, and then I realized that we were
I'm on stage, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
That worked.